Hi teachers, and welcome back to Lesson Gems. My name is Brother Lammers. I have the lesson that is assigned for Friday, March the 21st. It is a life preparation lesson. It is lesson 181. As we remember that this intro paragraph, the last sentence, is the desired outcome. Remember that these desired outcomes were absolutely given the approval by the first presidency, that they went through this curriculum and they selected some of these lessons and they said, yes, these desired outcomes is what you should be focusing on, because there's a million things you could focus on and with the scriptures and the different ideas, but let's try our best to help our students to exercise faith in Jesus Christ to build self-reliance. I just wanted to give an amazing thank you to the wonderful curriculum team. In my opinion, this lesson was a home run from start to finish, and I'm going to use it almost in its entirety and leave it intact. It's my personal, again, it is this good. I love it. So let me share with you some of the ways that I would like to take this desired outcome, use the content that is fantastic here in the lesson, and then adapt it to my personal teaching style. The intent of the lesson, to help them to have self-reliance, is, I never use the term self-reliance, temporal self-reliance. I'm never going to talk like that. So what does it actually mean? So help the students to see this, invite them to write it down, overemphasize that self-reliance is their own personal strength, their own spiritual strength, obtaining an education, employment, school. That's what we're talking about, self-reliant, them becoming reliant upon themselves, but most importantly, it's not upon themselves. It's self-reliance is learning to rely upon Jesus Christ. And so the idea or the readiness for this lesson to draw a mountain and then, hey, give me some goals that you're shooting for on the other side of this mountain. Now, if you're shooting for an education, a mission, a marriage, family, whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in the near future, what are some things that stand in between you and achieving these desired outcomes? And so when we're looking at this, we want to make sure that they see this, but then once we see that this is reality, yes, that we want these wonderful, awesome goals, there are things in between us, this mountain, and achieving our desired outcomes. What can I do to invite Jesus Christ's help to achieve my goals? How can Jesus Christ help me to overcome these obstacles? That's today's desired outcome. This is what we're going to try to do. So let's get right into it. Let's let them see and how they can go into it. A great quote from President Nelson if you choose to use it, but I want to go right to this next part. I'm not going to use the imagine a friend. I'm just going to go right at them, and I'm going to help them to be challenged or to see that this can help you. Brothers and sisters, if you see there's mountains of obstacles in between you and your desired outcomes, how can you trust that Jesus Christ actually wants and can help you overcome difficult things? Let's look at just our doctrinal mastery verses. Will you please read the next doctrinal mastery verses looking for the answer to this question? How can I trust Jesus Christ? Let's do the first one together. Let's open up to Proverbs. How can this help me to trust that Jesus can and wants to help me achieve my goals? And so then, we read this together. Now, please take 2 minutes and would you read the next verses? But I want you to, again, look for how can Jesus help and how does it show that he wants to help me achieve my goals? So we go right into the scriptures. We emphasize Jesus Christ and these doctrinal mastery verses that we have been studying in seminary. Then, not just hypothetical answers. It's great to have an answer. Lovely. I know that we have these wonderful verses and that's good. But who has an experience? I don't want hypothetical. Will you please answer, does anyone have an experience of something that was difficult in their life that helped them to trust Jesus Christ? You went through it, you put your trust in him, and it helped you to trust him even more. Maybe you know someone, a mom, a dad, or an experience from someone that you care about or that you know. Help us to have experience to emphasize this, not just scripture, not just an answer. Bring it to the experience level. Bishop Christopher Waddell is a great experience with you talking about, yes, Jesus Christ is going to do all of this for us, but he also expects us to do our part. So let's identify our part. So going into this experience of, you could use what is given here, wonderful experiences in the scriptures, or invite and challenge your students to think of one on their own. Go into the experiences you know in the scriptures or church history. Someone who put forth an effort to overcome difficult challenges and in so doing received the help of Jesus Christ. So do that again. Model it with them. Let's look at this one first. Let's look at the brother of Jared. How did the brother of Jared do this? What obstacles did he face? What did he do on his own? And what did the Lord do to help? Who can think of an experience that someone in the scriptures, again, they had difficult obstacles? What did they do? And then how did the Lord help them? So then go into the scriptures together after someone gives you an example. And if they don't give you an example, maybe bring them to the Joseph Smith history. So I really want to focus on, hey, what can you think of? Where is this modeled in the scriptures? Really go at your students and help them bring it out. Go there together, and maybe if you have time to do it on their own. But I personally want to do this once together. I'm going to do this with them. I'm going to show them, and then I really want them to give me an answer, and then let's go to those verses or those experiences together. And if they don't remember the verses or where it's at, and you don't worry, don't stress about it. Go into your phone or go into a computer and just type in the story in a Google or a Safari or a search engine. It will bring up the verses immediately. Then lastly, how does this look? Let's look at how do I apply this into my own life? And it's got a great set of questions to help you apply it into your own life, this invitation to act. Where in your life would you like to become more self-reliant? Meaning, I have confidence in the things that I can do to trust Jesus Christ will help me achieve this. Not just what will I do on my own and never think of Jesus, but no, it's got to be one and the same. Making sure that we emphasize and re-emphasize that self-reliance isn't doing it on your own. It's trusting that Jesus Christ is going to help me if I understand my relationship with him and the things that I can do to invite his help. With his help, I can achieve all things. Then, what can you do? How can you act in faith to seek the help that you need? Brothers and sisters, like I said, this lesson from start to finish for me was just fantastic. I hope that the resources in this lesson material can help your students to realize that they can trust Jesus Christ in all aspects of their life to overcome challenge, to overcome obstacles. Again, this idea of self-reliance. Self-reliance is almost not very well described or labeled. Self-reliance is depending upon, trusting in, loving Jesus Christ to help them achieve the goals that they want. You are so wonderful teachers. Thank you so much for all that you do. I wish you, again, just success this week, and we'll talk to you next time.